Hey there, this is Tommaso Zilio of musictheoryforguitar.com for another music theory pill. Today I want to talk about a very simple rhythm trick that can breathe new life in some of your old phrases. Now, there are many phrases or exercises that you can learn on the guitar, and many of them play really well either with 3 notes per beat or 4 notes per beat. So just to give you an example, if you're playing some simple arpeggio on your guitar and you play them this way, it is quite natural to play those arpeggios with the beat. So since there are 3 notes in the arpeggio, to play 3 notes per beat. Which means that if this is our beat, I'm going to play the arpeggio this way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now that's a very natural thing to do. On the other hand, to be more flexible when you have those kind of phrases, to be able to use them in improvisation, to be able to use them in a real life situation, and also to invent new interesting phrases, playing this exercise only in this way is typically not enough. You need to learn to play the very same exercise, whatever the exercise is, this is just a simple example, but you need to learn to play this exercise also with 4 notes per beat. I don't mean to modify the arpeggio so to have 4 notes. This is cheating. Now we want to keep the same arpeggio of 3 notes, but now we want to put 4 notes every beat. I can stay here and explain it forever, but I think a simple example will make it clearer. So before I was playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the same exercise as before. Now I want to play with 4 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, this way, the note that falls on the beat is different every time. While at the first time playing 3 notes per beat, it's always this note here, falling at the beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When I play it with 4 notes per beat, the note that falls on the beat is different, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the note on the 1, it's different every time. Now that's a very minimal and simple example. So let me make a slightly more complicated example. A few videos ago I was talking to you guys, and I'll have the link appear here for you, about playing sequences on the pentatonic scale. And one of the sequences we were studying was a sequence that is natively easily played in 3. It was this sequence here. This sequence is naturally played in 3. Most people, when I show this sequence to them for the first time, play it with 3 notes per beat, or at least they put the accent as if they were playing it with 3 notes per beat, so they're playing it this way. On the other hand, in a realistic application of this, you don't always are playing over a backing track that has a triplet feeling of 3 notes per beat. Sometimes you're playing on a backing track that has a feeling of 4 notes per beat, so a quadruplet feeling. In this case, you want to relearn this kind of sequence and to play it with 4 notes per beat. In fact, you want to do this regardless if you're playing on this backing track or not, just because this way you learn the sequence better. Now, how does this sound if I play it with 4 notes per beat? So 3 notes per beat, 4 notes per beat. You can hear that the accent, the position of the accent in the phrase is completely different because the beat falls in different places on the phrase. So up to now we're working on a sequence or on an exercise that was naturally played in 3 with 3 notes per beat, and we're playing it with 4 notes per beat instead. Of course, you can also do the opposite. You can take a sequence or an exercise that is naturally played in 4 notes per beat and play it in 3 notes per beat. Let me give you an example. A sequence that sounds naturally in 4 is this one. I can play the very same sequence with 3 notes per beat, and now the accents are going to be displaced respect to the original. Of course, right now I'm just scratching the surface. You can do this in much more complicated ways. You can invent a phrase that is it has rhythm of 5 notes, for instance, natural rhythm of 5 notes, and then play it in 4 or in 3. For instance, you can play this phrase has 5 notes, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then you can play it in 4 here. Or you can play a phrase with a rhythm of 7, with 7 notes, and then play it in a 3 notes per beat or 4 notes per beat. You can mix and match those numbers as much as you want. On the other hand, the idea of taking a phrase in 4 and playing it in 3, and taking a phrase in 3 and playing it in 4, is quite a basic one. I would insist you guys try to do this, even if you think you don't need it, because once you do it, you will start to see how much more life you can take out of a single phrase or a single lick. If you have problems implementing your phrase in a real solo, so you're learning all those nice exercises and licks, and when you try to improvise a real solo or play everything together, you can't fit your phrase into the solo, it's because you don't have enough rhythm skills and rhythm perception in order to play this phrase inside the solo you want to play. Doing this kind of exercise will help you having this kind of rhythm perception and this kind of rhythm skills so that you can adapt your phrases in real time to what you're doing. So in general, every time you learn an exercise, if the exercise is played in 4, try also to play it in 3. If it's played in 3, try also to play it in 4. Some exercises become significantly more difficult once you do that, because all the accents are displaced. But this is a great exercise you can do, because it prepares you for actual real-life applications of those exercises. Otherwise, those exercises stay just that. They just stay exercise. You are never going to make any music with them if you don't do this kind of preparation. So, that's a very simple tip. It's in fact practically obvious now that you know it, but I see that many players are not doing this kind of work. They are not playing their exercise in more than one rhythm. So, I suggest you take your guitar and you start cracking on this one, because you'll see that if you do this, you'll have some nice results in a very short time on your ability of applying your phrases to actual solos.